Oh, new hotfix? Oh, cool. Pretty sweet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Xaku's passive, including AoE damage reduction as part of Xaku's passive. How do we work? AoE damage will simply take 25% damage reduction. Okay. And 75% while the worst on time is active. Currently, Xaku's passive provides a chance that incoming projectiles will fail to hit the Warframe at all, instead going right through, but does not include any protection from AoE damage. For example, if a bomber, shooter, blah 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 blah. So basically, any AoE damage is now in the damage reduction we get from Xaku's passive. No, wait. So, what they're saying here is, if a bombard shoots his rocket at you, and you pling Xaku, the rocket itself will probably fly through you, since Xaku's passive, that's basically what Xaku's passive works. But now we actually get the damage of the explosion will still deal damage to you, so it gets damage reduction. So E damage will simply take damage reduction, so we get bonus damage reduction, unlike stuff like bombards shooting the projectile at us. Pretty good. I always felt like that stuff like Nox or bombards will shoot through me, but I still get damage from the explosion, and it sucks, especially since Xaku is very squishy. Like, doesn't have enough shields to mod for shields only, not enough health to mod for health only. But this is a decent change. Xaku's Whisper. We are making void damage true neutral by removing the 50% resistance of void damage on clone flesh and fossiled enemies as long desired regress for void damage. So then, it's good. It's actually good. So void damage is better against Grenier, clone flesh, and fossil enemies like infested that have armor. That's really good. I like that. It's really sweet. It's not OP, but it makes Xaku a little bit better. That's quite steep. That's actually quite decent, because now the 50% resistance is a lot, but now it's gone. So technically speaking, it's a buff, but it's actually just an adjustment to void damage. Oh, he also says something about Eidolons. Currently, void damage is relatively ineffective against clone flesh and fossiled enemies, which greatly limits the use of Xata's Whisper. Shouldn't it be Xaku's Whisper? No, Xata. Or is it Xata? Shouldn't it be Xaku's? Well, whatever. On Grenier and infested enemies is an effort to give it, and void damage in general, more utility across enemy categories. We are removing this resistance so that it aligns with its neutral effectiveness against the other enemy types. It is important to note that Eidolons, Amalgams, and certain bosses will still maintain this resistance. Ah, okay. So, it's okay. Grasp of Lok. Grasp of Lok. Increase the speed at which enemies are disarmed so that it occurs early in the casting animation. Beautiful. Also increasing the casting animation speed overall. Beautiful. Currently, the point of when enemies are disarmed once Grasp of Look is cast is far too delayed. Exactly, perfect. Increase Grasp of Look disarming range from 8 meters to 15. Beautiful. Not to confuse with firing range. This increase allows a bigger berth for choosing victims to disarm with Grasp of Look. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is exactly a pathetic 8 meters to a 50 meters. Beautiful. Beautiful. Casting animation faster and they get earlier stunned. So you can actually use Grasp of Look and actually get the effect off before one of your teammates kills it. Maybe. On paper it sounds good. Maybe in-game it will still suck, but I think that's good. Allowing Grasp of Look to be recasted. Even better. Even better. How it will work. Any existing Grasp of Look weapons will simply be replaced by a new cast upon to the maximum amount of targets. Currently, one Grasp of Look cast you're locked with the weapons that were grabbed until the end of the ability's duration. This is obviously limiting if the ability was cast with undesired effect. To counteract this limitation, we're adding the option to recast with the added benefit of resetting the ability's duration and disarm a new set of enemies where when desired. That's actually really nice. I always felt like it was too slow and I needed to mod for range, like insanely amount of range to actually get enemies. Like my limit, the ability still has a limit on how effective it is. Only once crossover. Yeah, beautiful. I like it. The Lost, Deny. The Lost, Deny. Adding synergy between Deny and Grasp of Look that increases Deny's damage output. How it will work: the number of weapons orbiting Xaku from Grasp of Look act as a damage multiplier. For Deny's Void Beam, for example, if you have 4 weapons orbiting Xaku, Deny's damage will be granted a 5 times multiplier, increasing the casting speed of Deny, more firepower, faster. Finally, the 5.0 multiplier, I don't care. I don't care about the multiplier, I don't care about the damage. Synergy. Finally, Xaku has actually synergy with itself. That's why Xaku felt in my hands so clunky to play, because it had no synergy with itself. And now we get rewarded for pressing R2 and buffing the Lost Deny. That's the synergy. That's what I wanted. That's really nice. Let's carry on to the Vast Untime. The Vast Untime. Removing the energy drain and keeping it a duration-based ability. Thank you. Thank you. That's a good change. Currently, the energy drain on top of its casting cost and duration is far too restrictive and punishing. Exactly. If you wanted to make a build about the Vast Untime, you needed to mod for duration and efficiency. And also power strength, because you want to deal damage, and maybe also even range, because Xaku's range was 8 meters with this disarm, which sucks. So having this now, a duration-based ability, is perfect. Perfect. Adding synergy between the Vast Untime and all of Xaku's other abilities. Ooh, synergy! How it will work. Emphasis on Untime. When Xaku is in their skeleton form, their other active abilities duration will become frozen in time. Once the Vast Untime expires, the duration of those active abilities resume. This was suggested in our feedback reading, and we quite enjoyed the play on the Untime theme and the added benefit to Xaku overall. We feel that since this no longer has an energy drain and that it holds the timer on the abilities, the energy demands of Xaku's kit will be significantly lessened. Note, this will not apply to Helmuth abilities and abilities from other Warframes from Helmuth's... okay. Is the ruining fun? If they would let us in for like at least 1 week or maybe 2 to 3 days, that would be fun. But okay, I can see this will be really game breaking. Not really game breaking, but we make ourselves even stronger. I don't remember all the abilities you can get from Helmuth in other Warframes, but having them stop, like basically Infinite Roar or Warcry or whatever, sounds pretty good. But of course, that doesn't work. This is where Xaku becomes unique. Xaku gives void damage. That's not really unique because void damage existed before. Xaku can disarm enemies and make their own weapons face against them. That makes Xaku already unique. Then the fast on-time the ultimate makes Xaku even more unique because it stamps the duration running down on your abilities. It freezes them. Which is really nice. I think that makes Xaku actually feel less clunky, because when I played Xaku, I always felt like I was casting a lot of my abilities, and I didn't really get for my long casting time, I didn't get anything back. So making that you then have to constantly keep all your buffs up is nice. It's really nice. This will definitely, without a doubt, help Xaku feel less clunky. And with clunky I mean, it's like a specific feeling when you play a frame. If you play, example, when you play Mesa, you press R2, you press R3, you get more damage, enemies can't attack you back because of R2, and then you press your 4. That's synergy. It feels good to press these buttons. Other example. Mirage. You press R1, you press R3 I believe, and then you have like for 30 seconds a huge damage buff, and that's fine. That's really fine. Valkyrie even. You press R2 and then you press R4 and basically buff R4 by pressing your 2. That's synergy that makes these frames feel good while playing. And I hope this makes Xaku feel like that as well. And then last but not least, we have some Xaku fixes. Fix deny having poor hit detection on ragdolled or suspended enemies. Nice, that's a good fix. Fix targets affected by accuse have inconsistently hit detection based on weapon type, beam or bolt, etc. Very good. Fixed a case of dealing self-damage via Xaku's Whisper. Yeah, of course, it's just some good fixes. It's not really buffs, it's just fixes. But I gotta say, that's really nice. Hi guys, I don't know how I'm gonna cut it, but I'm back here with Xaku, the community made frame, and Xaku. I'm gonna list all the buffs changes in the video in front of this, so this is the end part of the video. I just went into Sanctuary Onslaught, normal Sanctuary Onslaught, and I gotta say, Xaku feels actually really nice now. And meaning by that is, I'm gonna go into the Simulacron because there I can simulate situation which could happen and all that stuff. I already thought their abilities look really promising, even with the changes they did today. And I gotta say, it's not bad. Gonna get some corrupted butchers, 7 of these, 1 corrupted bond, 1 heavy gunner, why not, and then some lancers, why not, why not. I'm gonna unequip my death cube real quick, so it doesn't interfere with the testing. So first thing they changed is removing the 50% damage reduction, or the passive. So EOE damage is now in her passive, so EOE is not anymore that dangerous for Xaku. And then we get into the second changes, which is Zata's Whisper, which gives us the void damage bonus, and the damage feels okay. Like, the damage bonus is nice, and it finally deals the right amount of damage. So armored units like these corrupted are no longer resisting the void damage. Which is pretty sweet, right? Now let's go to the second ability. The second ability can now finally be recasted and has bigger range, etc, etc. This feels actually really nice. Here's the thing which I believe is probably the best change about Xaku and their playstyle. We can, like, at the beginning when I got Xaku, I thought, wow, this character has no playstyle. Now the character actually has somewhat of a playstyle. So let me explain how their 4 works. Now I have even more evade chance, and also all my abilities. Let's recast it. In the bottom right, you can see right now I have nothing active. Now I activate Zata's Whisper. And let's go over here and grab some of these heavy gunner weapons. There we go. And now I press my 4, and the cooldown or the duration, all these skills are now stopped. Which means as long as you can keep on getting energy and keeping up your 4, you can always refresh or keep all your buffs. And since her 2, their 2, sorry, is also not recastable, you can actually refresh it while the vast untime is still active. Let me go away from that. And now, while you have your 2 active, listen. So more weapons you have stolen from enemies, so stronger will be the Nai. That's how I read the patch notes. I'm not sure if that's actually what they meant by writing that, but I read it this way, so let's see. I press my 3, it's on the Nai. Oops. It wasn't a Nai. Shouldn't that kill him? I thought the Nai was the laser. Oh, the Nai was just a... Okay, then we have a Cures? Oh, I need more energy. Quick, more energy! I'm getting boneless. There we go. Oh yeah, the Nai was the laser, which keeps everyone in the damages and then puts everyone else which didn't die from it in the air. Of course, the heavy gunners are not gonna die from that. The heavy gunners take a lot more to get killed by something like this. But let's put on some... Let's put on some crash mobs. Gonna activate fast on time. We're gonna switch to deny, which is still eye-looking one, and we have a lot of guns, right? I'm gonna steal actually new ones from this guys. Thank you. And let's see. Dead. Dead. Of course, it costs a lot of energy, and of course we can also just do this. Hi, how's it going? Hi. My opinion from playing 2 to 3 rounds of Sanctuary Onslaught with Xaku is Xaku feels not only any more clunky and slow, Xaku has now finally good abilities. A good ability to take care of trash mobs. You can shoot deny on some trash mobs and CC immediately every heavy gunner which is like standing there next to them. Xaku has finally done what I was wishing Xaku to have immediately from the beginning, which is synergy. 1, yes, damage, void damage. It's finally not anymore that trash. Beautiful. 2 is now has now a synergy with 3 deny, and 3 can clear 150 trash mobs easily, which you saw. One laser did kill like 3 of them. And 4, the ultimate of Xaku has synergy with all of their abilities, which is beautiful. Which is really beautiful. You have to press 1, 2 near a group of enemies. Even if you didn't get that many, you can just recast it, and as long as you keep your 4 up, you will never run out of these buffs. That means deny will always deal that much damage, which is good to clear out trash mobs and CC stronger enemies. That's my opinion on Xaku. I'm only MR 26, and in my opinion MR doesn't mean a lot, but these fixes are actually really nice. Back in the day when I made the video for Porter and after her buffs, she already felt good. And Xaku, when Xaku came out, Xaku didn't feel good. And now Xaku feels actually amazing. Not okay, amazing is a strong word. Let's say Xaku feels like a Warframe. Warframe is a very fast game, and to keep up with the flow of Warframe, the Warframes itself need to be played fast. And even Xaku is a little bit more using on abilities and all. Like Mesa as example, Mesa needs to press her 2, 3 and then her 4 or just her 4. And other frames have maybe one ability that I need to constantly refresh, maybe as a Valkyrie, a Scream, or Inaris 4. Inaris doesn't even need any abilities. Xaku is exactly that what I wish like Hydroid, Zephyr, or Inaris should have as a rework. Synergies with their own abilities. Xaku feels amazing, and if you don't have Xaku yet, I can tell you, you're not missing out. You're not missing an insanely cool, strong frame. But if you still have Xaku, for godforsaken reason. Try them out. In my opinion, they feel very nice. Very smooth. I had a lot of fun in Sanctuary Onslaught. The normal one, by the way, not the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, because my Xaku was not level 30 yet. I pressed my 1, my 2, then my 4 to lock down all the durations. Kept up refreshing my 4, if I would run out of it, to keep up my buffs, and when I have enough energy to maybe kill something with my 3, I press my 3 deny. And I think that's how I'm gonna continue playing Xaku. Even if I'm lazy and I'm low level enemies, I will still constantly use my 1 and my 2, and even my 4. And even though I didn't try Xaku in like actually fighting, I tried her, them, not she or he, them. I tried them against level 150 enemies which are not moving. Of course, that doesn't really count, but with the stuff I've seen so far, I can say Xaku is an okay frame. And compared to Grendel, I like to compare every Warframe to Grendel, because Grendel is, in my opinion, a decent frame. But the problem what I have with Grendel is the effort to get to Grendel. You need to complete your star chart, you need to grind arbitrations, and then you need to do 3 very difficult missions. And then you can adjust decent Warframe. For the amount of farm I did for Xaku, I'm gonna say the farm was okay. The farm was okay, and the frame I got is also okay. So I'm very happy with the balancing of having to farm for the frame and then getting actually worth the frame. Saren as example, not the prime Saren, the normal Saren, was a pain in the ass for me as a beginner to kill the boss to get Saren parts to drum, because it was difficult. My weapons were really bad. I didn't know what modding is. I didn't know how farmers worked. So of course my weapons were bad. And compared to the effort I needed to obtain this frame, compared to the Warframe I get out of it, is perfectly balanced. Hard effort for a new player to get a very good frame. Grendel, however, a lot of effort for just a decent frame. Xaku, decent amount of work, decent amount of frame. And that's the last thing I'm gonna say in this video.